Welcome to Keep It Pro Training Call, brought to you by Networking Wisdom, featuring Romacio Fulcher. Thank you all for joining us. My name is Monique, and I'm introducing Romacio, the creator of Networking Wisdom, and the reason for this call each and every Sunday for almost 5 years at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. On this call, you will learn the skills to be successful in network marketing and in life. Romacio Fulcher is a well-respected international leader, coach, trainer, and much sought-after mentor. He is highly successful as an entrepreneur with over 750,000 people globally in his network, and he has accomplished over $1 billion in sales. Romacio enjoys having fun and sharing his wisdom worldwide. He's a millionaire mentor, leader of leaders, and coach of coaches. As a top leader and a top earner, he also is a top 50 worldwide earner in MLM. At the tender age of just 25 years young, Romacio earned his first $1 million. He's a multimillionaire and has helped countless individuals worldwide. This man knows how to make money, and he knows how to make money fast. What we all like most about Romacio is his love for God and for mankind. Without further ado, I have the pleasure to introduce to some and present to others our mentor and friend, the California Kid, also known as a marketplace minister, Mr. Romacio A. Fulcher. Romacio, are you with us?
Absolutely, I am here. Thank you so much, Monique, for coming back. And can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, we can.
All righty, thanks again. I want to welcome everybody back again for another edition of the Keep It Pro Training Call. If this is your first time, we're glad you're here. We've been doing this for 4 years, and let me just tell you, we're not going anywhere. Listen, this call is full of tons of inspiration for every single person across the world that has an entrepreneur bone in their body. On this call, guys, we do two specific things. We do it every week, every Sunday. We teach you the specific skills that you need to get yourself to the very top of whatever business you are promoting. The second thing that we teach you is we also teach you life skills as well. You're going to find out on your journey that as you grow as an individual, your business will grow automatically. As you grow, everything else around you automatically grows with you. So listen, I get to be the host. I'm excited to be back here. I'm excited to talk about one of my favorite topics. As you guys know, I have many favorite topics, but this one here is something that I think it's very fitting for all of you, no matter what company you're with, no matter if you're working a job or you got a job and you've got a hobby, whatever it is, I really, really want all of you to really take a good listen at the topic that we're going to talk about. It's very simple, but it's extremely profound, extremely profound. I don't want you to listen to this call today from the perspective of, I'm not a business person. I'm really not tripping over making more money right now. I don't want you to listen to the call from that perspective. In other words, I don't want you to alienate or single yourself out. I don't want you thinking, well, he's not talking to me. No, I'm talking specifically to you. For those of you listening live, for those of you listening to the replay, I'm talking specifically to you. Okay? So, again, do not remove yourself from the table of this conversation. This is for you. Again, I'm the messenger designed to send a simple message to all of you as a solution to something that you may be dealing with right now. Listen, in the world that we live in today, every single one of us is waiting on something. Yeah, some people are waiting on a baby to come forward. Some people are waiting on a loved one to be healed from a sickness. Some people are waiting on someone to go through the 12-step program to get back on the right path. Some people are waiting on a promotion. Some people are waiting on a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a marriage. Some people, everybody's waiting. Some people are waiting on their stimulus check. Everybody's waiting on something, okay? And what I want to do today is I want to bring forth a topic that I really believe is paramount. Write that down. It's paramount. It's paramount towards building confidence. It's paramount towards birthing whatever it is that you're looking for. I'm going to say it again, paramount. This topic that we're about to talk about today, it's paramount. Whatever it is that you're waiting on and that you're trying to birth means new beginning, right? It means the beginning. So whatever that thing is that you're trying to birth, this topic right here is perfectly fitting, okay? Perfectly fitting. Listen, before I go ahead and announce the topic, I want to bring some context into this topic. You know, for me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm always impressed with how big God is. I mean, every day that I continue to move and groove, I'm just overwhelmingly impressed with how much forethought God had when he created you and I. I mean, when the Bible teaches us that his thoughts are higher than our thoughts, you know, it's one thing to hear that statement, but it's another thing to continue living your life and you yourself bear witness to the fact that, man, God is amazing. He's unbelievable with what his wisdom is, his forethought, his ability to pre-anticipate what he knew you and I were going to need. It's amazing. And again, if for those of you that are believers, and you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And if you're not a believer, I want to encourage you to become one, because I can't wait. You know, they say that the two most important days of your life is the day that you were born, and then the day that you finally discover why you were born, your purpose, right? And so what I'm talking about here is it's amazing to me how God, he's so purposeful. He doesn't make any mistakes even when we think mistakes are being made. It's just, I'm amazed. And the reason I want to tie that in to what we're talking about right now, because I know that, as I said, I'm so impressed with how big God is. And when you look at how God designed everything, you know, it took him 7 days to create everything. Really, he created everything in 6 days, and he rested on the 7th day. So wait a minute. So I want you to catch that, because trust me, guys, we're going somewhere today. Everybody that's on the boat, oh yeah, we going somewhere today. God created everything in 6 days. The heavens, the earth, the sun, the moon, the stars, human beings, animals, waters, mountains, everything. He created everything in 6 days. 6. And he took the 7th day off to rest. Now, you say, well, what does that have to do with today's topic? Today's topic, ladies and gentlemen, is called High Activity Cures Everything. High activity cures all. High activity cures everything. For the person that's struggling with depression, high activity will cure that for you. For the person that's struggling with low finances, high activity will cure that for you. For the young man or young woman that's involved in a network marketing or some type of marketing-based business, and you're eager to get to that promotion, you want to get up that ladder, high activity will do that for you every single time. For the person that's, literally, trying to find Mr. Right or Mrs. Right, I'm telling you, high activity will do it for you. High activity will cure that problem for you. Now, many of you, listen, I know some of you love what I'm saying, and some of you are kind of confused on how does high activity cure, how does high activity cure, a sickness? What does high activity have to do with the young man trying to find Mrs. Right or the young lady trying to find Mr. Right? What does it have to do with it? I'm confused. How is high activity the answer to financial woes? How is that the answer? No, Romacio. It can't be that simple. It is this simple. And I want to give you some context. That's why I started talking about God first. A lot of times when people say that they're waiting on God, God is scratching his head saying, what do you mean? God is finished. What do you mean you're waiting on God to promote you? You're waiting on God to bring forth the manner. What are you talking about? I want you to really unpack what that means. I mean, I want you to really, really unpack what that really means when you say that you're waiting. I mean, we use these words so cavalier. And if you're not careful, you'll get caught up in thinking that, it's just going to fall off the sky to you. You'll get caught up in thinking that it's just going to happen for you. I've got great news. It's not just going to happen. When God breathed life into Adam, he gave control. He gave dominion he gave dominion of mankind over to Adam. In other words, he transferred the power into human beings. Now, yes, God does have full knowledge. He does. But there's something called free will. What that means? That means you and I got to do something. We got to do something. You got to get off. Look, I'm just telling you, I love God. I love people. But I like accurate information. I don't like false depictions. I don't like fairy tale stories that aren't realistic. I'm extremely optimistic, but I'm very realistic. And I'm a type of person who likes to take responsibility for all that I do, good, bad, and indifferent. I want to be responsible for my choices, right? And so when we talk about solving your money issues, when we talk about solving health issues, relationships, spiritual, when we talk about making progress, getting better, right? We're all waiting on something, right? I want to have a conversation with you that's centered around what is it that you can do. I love what my grandfather says. He says, grandson, you do your best and God will certainly do the rest. You do the possible and God will do the impossible. That's right. That's right. One more time. You do the possible and God will do the impossible. So let me share with you your work. I want to share with you the work that's required from you and how, if you will choose to subscribe to the thought process that I'm giving you today, I can guarantee you will see significant progress in whatever area that you're struggling in, whatever area that you're waiting on. You ask me, how do I know? I've done it time after time after time after time. That's why I struggle with the notion that God is going to take forever to do anything. I'm letting you know, for all the believers that's on the line, I love you too, but I'm letting you know it's hard for me to listen to you and to buy what you're selling. It's just really hard if you're coming from a place of it's going to take forever. I just have never seen, yes, I understand Galatians 5. Yes, I understand the fruit of the Spirit. Yes, I understand we do have to wait. We do have to have, long suffering. I understand these things. I do. But it's very hard for me to tell little Johnny over here, just sit there and wait. This is what you're going to do, man. Don't worry. Just sit there and wait. It's going to happen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't believe that. I just don't. I don't believe that. I believe I'm supposed to participate in my rescue. I'm supposed to do the possible, and God is supposed to do the impossible. So today's call is about doing the possible. And the possible that you can do is something called high activity. High activity. Now, let me share with you what's going to happen when you begin to literally take on high activity towards something that you're trying to manifest. Number one, you're going to be really busy. You're going to be very focused. You're going to, I love what Robert Dean says. Some of you may know Robert Dean, one of the network marketing successful leaders in our time. Somebody I used to, literally when I was coming through the industry, I had a lot of respect for Robert, still do. But I remember he told me this. He said, Romacio, you need to quicken your pace to gain experience. Write that down. I'm talking to you right now, whoever you are. You need to quicken your pace to gain experience. Quicken your pace means high activity. You need to quicken your pace so that you can gain experience. So when you are operating under high activity, a couple things are going to happen for you. Number one, you're going to be very focused. Number two, you're going to put in a lot of energy into that thing. But here's the best part when you're doing high activity. Your confidence is going to grow rapidly fast. I want you to circle that. Your confidence is going to grow rapidly fast. Now listen, let's apply this across all areas. Let's say spirituality. You know, I've been having a lot of spiritual conversations here of late because obviously it's just where I'm at, right? And so I want to get deep with this thing. I want to get closer. I want to get more intimate with God. I want, honest, you know what I want? I'm going to tell you straight up. Write this down. I want to experience heaven on earth. That's what I want. I don't know what you want. I'm not trying to, I'm just telling you what I want. I want to experience heaven on earth. We already know heaven is lavish. We already know heaven is off the hook. It's amazing. It's unbelievable. It's just, the streets are paved in gold. We already know all that. No sickness, no disease, no negativity. None of that exists in heaven. But guess what? But Jesus came to earth to show us, to give us a depiction, to give us an image of what heaven looks like on earth. And that's what I want. That's what I'm striving for. That's what I'm striving for. That's what I'm striving for, right? Okay, so with that understanding that I want heaven on earth, that's what I want. Doesn't that sound good? That's exactly what I want. All right, so I need to know, all right, what is it that I need to do? So therefore, that's why my conversations have been very spiritual-based as of late, because I want to know if everything starts in the spirit first and then it manifests itself in the physical second, then I want to know everything about how to exercise faith, how to live by faith, how I want to know how that relates to sickness and disease. How does that relate to relationships? How does that relate to money? How does that relate to having favor in everything and everywhere I go? How does that relate to when I do slip and fall and make mistakes? How does that work? That's where my brain is at, ladies and gentlemen. That's where my brain is at. That's where my mind is at. I want to know, how does it work? Because what I'm not going to do is keep living by the whole name it and claim it and just sit back and do nothing and expect it to show up. No, I'm not doing that. You can do that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. No. I want to do something. I want to do something. I want to do what's possible, do the best that I can, and let God do the impossible. Are y'all with me? I'm hoping you're tracking with what I'm saying. This conversation today is not, this conversation is a one-size-fits-all, okay? So this is not, we're talking of every dimension, spirituality, health, relationships, money, business, all of it. We're talking all. We're talking about prosperity on every level. And what we're tying in, we're saying high activity cures all your problems. It's 2 words, high activity. So I can tell you, I literally have gotten very serious, and I've literally gotten very aggressive. What I'm telling you about high activity, I actually do, because I'm in the process of birthing something very significant, and literally I want to, and you can only have it by faith. You're only going to get what I'm after by faith. So I needed to learn more about faith, and that's when you learn that there's different degrees, there's different levels of faith, right? Right, and there's a process, right? All this stuff, right? So I needed to learn that. And what I want you to hear is I just took high activity. I became laser focused, and I made room in my life to start to really apply high activity towards learning how faith actually works. I wanted to dispel all the myths. I didn't want to go on rumor or hearsay or maybe what I heard a family member teach me. No. I wanted to learn it for myself. And as a result of doing that, it's given me great clarity amongst how faith works. And it's just been an amazing experience for me. And I want to encourage all of you to subscribe to the thought process that I'm teaching you right now. High activity will cure your problems. It'll cure everything. Now, I can't tell you how many times, but let's talk about network marketing, or let's talk about business, entrepreneur. I can't tell you. See, the one thing God knows, the one problem that God knows I don't have a problem with is hard work. That's not my challenge. I don't have a problem working hard. I don't. I'm a very hard worker. Now, I want you to write this little footnote down. I am not a marathon runner. I'm a sprinter. I'm not a marathon runner. I'm a sprinter. I'm not a marathon runner. I am a sprinter. That's who I am, okay? I want to get that thing done, over with, fast, quick, and in a hurry. I want to get that thing finished fast, quick, and in a hurry, right? That's me, okay? So as it relates to making money, listen, I can tell you how many times I've been involved in a network marketing company or marketing something, and literally this exact same philosophy that I'm teaching is exactly how I've built a gigantic organization even today. It's how I've done it. I've done it because I take high activity. I don't do a little bit. I do a lot in a short period of time. High activity is the answer. Now, for those of you that are trying, maybe you're just starting out in your marketing career, in your home-based business, or whatever it is you're doing, listen. You guys have heard me teach this 1,000 times. If you are terrible, I mean absolutely the worst of the worst, every 20 people you talk to, you'll get one person interested in what it is that you're selling, whatever company you're promoting. Now, if you're bad, you'll get 1 out of 10. Okay? So what does that mean? That means if you're looking to recruit 10 people, that means you're going to need to talk to 200 people if you're terrible to get 10 new recruits in your business. If you're bad and you're looking to recruit 10 people, you'll need to talk to 100 people. Once again, the ratios are 1 out of 20 or 1 out of 10. So when we're talking about high activity as it relates to you, building a larger team, gaining a promotion, making more money, etc., as we're talking about that, what I'm teaching you is that most people won't talk to 200 people in 2 years. I'll talk to 200 people. I'll get it done in under 3 days. Sometimes I'll get it done in under 3 days. I want you to see the difference. Look, I understand not all of you are involved in a marketing business. I get that. But stay with the point. Stay with what I'm talking about. Don't just hear because we're talking about money and all of a sudden you leave the table. No, I'm talking to you. Let me show you how this applies. Remember, what's the topic? What's the theme? High activity. High activity. I'm just giving you a specific example as it relates to some people that are running a marketing business. All right? So again, if the numbers are, if you're terrible, every 20 people you talk to, you get 1. So let's say you need to get 10 new people on your business, right? You want to grow your organization by 10 new people, right? So therefore, 10 times 20, if you're terrible, is 200. Most people, it takes them a whole year to talk to 200 people. I'm telling you, I'll get 200 people done and talk to within 3 days, maximum 3 days. So let me ask you a question. Tell me, how would your confidence be if you went ahead and got that fear off of your shoulders of talking to people in 3 days? You went out there and talked to 200 people. Tell me, would you have developed momentum, confidence? Which one would happen faster? A whole year or 3 days? Do you see my point? This is not just this is not just network marketing that we're talking about. We're talking about health, spirituality, everything. It doesn't matter. The philosophy is high activity versus slow activity versus no activity at all. Did you catch that? We're talking the difference between high activity towards manifesting something versus slow activity versus no activity at all. And most people live between no activity and slow activity. And I'm telling you, I don't live with neither one of those. I only live by one creed. If we're going to do this thing, pedal to the metal, full throttle. That's all I know. Let me say it again. If we're going to do this thing, whatever this thing is, pedal to the metal, full throttle. That's all I know. I don't want to know nothing else. I'm not interested in your slow methodology. No, I don't want to hear it. I'm not interested. Why am I not interested in the slow route? Because God transferred power over to mankind. That includes man and woman. He transferred dominion. I mean, let me give you an example. Now watch. Some people are not going to like what I'm about to say. Go study Mark Zuckerberg, the owner of Facebook. Most people don't even know he was a billionaire at the age, I believe, 18 or 21. It's one of them. I can't remember. He's now worth $98 billion, and he's 36. Wait a minute. Whoa. Well, he was a what? He was a billionaire at the age of either 18 or 21. And now today he's 36, and he's 98 billion strong. Now, look, I'm not trying to make you become a billionaire. That's not my goal. My goal is to emphasize a point I'm making to you. How long did it take him to design Facebook? Dare you to do your homework on that. He designed Facebook literally in a matter of days. Literally. So what I'm telling you is this, and that's that Facebook is one of the largest, social media platforms that all of us use to communicate on in some level or another today. So wait a minute. If a young man can actually design Facebook, become a billionaire at 18 to 21, you mean to tell me it's not possible for you to get a promotion ASAP? You mean to tell me it's not possible for you to get out of that woe is me situation ASAP? You mean to tell me if Moses can part the Red Sea with holding out his staff, and literally and the Red Sea backed all the way up so the children of Israel could cross, right? You mean to tell me all these wonderful things that we read about, that we say we believe in? See, here's the problem. Most people believe it's possible for you, but they don't believe it's possible for themselves. Most people believe it's possible. Yeah, Romacio can do that. So-and-so can do that. And Mark Zuckerberg can do that, but that can't happen to me. See, that's the problem. You must be careful of what you believe. Let me help you with that. Never listen to anyone that doesn't have the results that you desire. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but I'm not sorry. Never listen to anyone that does not have the results you desire. Don't ask Romacio, how do you stay married for 30 years? I'm not married yet. I can't help you with that. I can't give you proven advice on something I haven't done. You getting what I'm saying? See, all this ties together. See, because I'm giving you the answer right now. Some of you are picking up what I'm putting down and saying, thank you. Yes, high activity is the answer. That's nice and simple. While others of you are struggling to buy into what I'm saying, and it's not because what I'm saying is wrong. It's you're struggling to buy into it because in your mind you've got some different programming that is completely different than what I'm saying. And even though I'm sounding good to you, you're like, well, I don't want to, but get all the butts out the way. Get all the butts out the way. I gave you sound wisdom today. High activity is the answer. Okay, let's take it to spirituality. Well, you know what? I done messed up, and last night I shot somebody, and I didn't did this, and I didn't did that, and, I'm still struggling and sinning, and I'm doing all the. Listen, lift your hands up and say, Lord, I thank you for your grace. I thank you for your mercy. You could have, but you didn't. You could have did this, but you didn't. Lord, I don't want to understand everything about your rules. I don't know everything about your way, but the most powerful words I can say to you is thank you for staying with me. Thank you for still being. Lord, can you hear me right now? Thank you. I just want to give you a thank you. And I want to do better, Lord. And I don't know why I sin, and I don't know why I struggle, and I mess up, and I come back, and I mess up. But, Lord, I need help. Thank you for your mercy. Thank you for your grace. Woo! If it wasn't for your grace, woo, that could have took me out. That could have killed me. And even if I did lose somebody that I love and care for and whatnot, and somebody died, Lord, I don't understand why they left, but Lord, I thank you because your thoughts are higher than mine. I just thank you. See, if you don't know what else to say, just say thank you. How about that? If you don't know what else to say, just slip your hands up and say thank you. Just say thank, because I don't understand what's going on and the transition of power and this and that and what's going on. I don't understand all this stuff, but I know you do, and I just want to say thank you. You see, the reason why it's so important for you to spend time in the Word. Now, whether you want to read the Word, whether you want to listen to a pastor or a minister of some kind that actually is preaching the Word, or whether you want to listen through audio to the Word. I don't care how you get it in you, but you need it. Because it's when you spend time in the Word, guys, it's going to renew your mind. And all of that messed up thinking that you have, woe is me, and I can't do this, and I don't know, it's going to take me 30 years to do this. See, all that thinking will get, what's going to happen, your mind will become renewed. The Bible talks about renewing your mind. See, in order for you to subscribe to this thought process that I'm laying down today of high activity is the answer, you have to have a new perspective. What's that mean? That means your mind has to become renewed, that it is possible for you to attain that level, that rank that you're doing ASAP. It is possible for you to have that situation that you desire ASAP. It is possible for you to be healed of that sickness ASAP. It is possible for you to walk into the manifestation of that new home, that new bank account, that new situation ASAP. It is possible. And what we're saying today, that's why I hope you re-listen to this call, what we're saying is you need to do the possible and let God handle the impossible. There it is, folks. You need to do the possible and God will handle the impossible. So the reason why high activity is one of my favorite conversations, because, guys, this is what saved me time and time again. This is what saved me. My personality is not a personality that likes to wait forever for anything. And I'm going to tell you why. And don't judge me. I'm just being transparent with you about my personality. Because I'm always conscious of time. I'm 43 today. I'm not 23. Can you believe it? 20 years went just like that. Bam. I'm always conscious of time. I'm always talking to God about time. I'm always talking about it. So, and when any time people start telling me it's going to take forever, it's going to take a long while, I stop listening. Why does it have to take a long while? Why does it have to take a long while? Well, because it just does. Well, do you know anybody that's been able to do that thing you're talking about in a shorter period of time? No, I don't. Okay. Thank you so much for your opinion. I appreciate it. But because you don't have what it is that I want, I'm done listening. And I don't tell people this. I think this way, though. Because I don't want it to. Why does it have to take forever? I'm confused. You're confusing me. If he designed the whole world in 6 days and he gave me the power, then why does it have to take forever? So what do I need to step up? Do I need to step up my faith? Do I need to step up my skill set? What must change? What do I got to change? See, I like this energy. I like this mode. This is mode you're getting stuff done. It's like Joshua. In the Bible, Joshua came back and said, him and Caleb said, Lord, we're well able to possess the land. None of this, I don't know, we're outnumbered. I don't think we can do it. It just doesn't look possible today, God. Maybe if we try it next year, we can probably maybe we got a shot at it. No. Joshua and Caleb came back and said, Lord, we are well able to possess the land. You see, high activity. If there's anything I want from any of you guys that are listening to these calls and have spent energy and time following us throughout the years, I'm very grateful for your attendance, your support, your love. I am. But if there's anything I want, it's this right here. It's two things. Well, actually, it's three things. One, I want you to have as close as possible as a relationship with God as you possibly can. Number two, I really, really want you to learn the power of paying your tithes and offerings, right? And then number three is this right here, high activity. This is the answer. Simple but profound. Simple. simple and profound. There's something powerful when you immerse yourself in something. Catch that now. It's something powerful that happens to your energy when you immerse yourself in something. I can't tell you how many times I've literally lost, 16 pounds in 21 days. Oh, you can't lose weight that fast. It's not possible. Who are you talking to? It's the California kid. Don't tell me what I can't do. Don't tell me what I can't do. Oh, you're going to make $1 million by the time you're 25. You can. Nobody. Stop talking to me. I'm not listening to you. Again, my reference point is God created the whole world in 6 days and transferred the power to man. And you telling me I can't do this, that, and that? I'm not listening. I'm sorry. Bye-bye. The number one dream stiller is people listen to the wrong people. Woo-wee. Write that down. The number one dream stiller. Girl, you can't never get no man like that. Men like that don't even exist. Stop listening to her. Man, you ain't going to never find no wife like that. Man, we even stop listening to him. Always remember, God will respond to you according to the measure of your faith. And all I'm teaching you today, if you take, because faith without works is dead. So let's focus on the work part right now, right? So if you subscribe to high activity, that's the work part of faith. If you do the possible, God will do the impossible every single time. Let me give you a quick story. I love this story. I love this story so much. Real story. Happened to me. Okay, I'm 43. I can't remember how. I don't know. What was this? I don't know. It was years ago. I can't remember how many years. Okay, but listen. Let me tell you what happened. Long story short, many of you know I used to be a real estate broker, 14 years, made a lot of money. Okay, but I was bad with money. You know my testimony. I was horrible. Made millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, but I was bad with money. Okay. Long story short, the federal the government, the IRS, had came back to me and said, look, you didn't pay me enough taxes. I said, what you mean I didn't pay you enough? They said, look, man, you didn't pay us enough. You owe us $1 million. It was $1.1 million. I said, well, look here, I don't got it. Look, sometimes you got to laugh about things, right? I don't have it. I just don't have it, Frank. I ain't got it. I just don't have it, right? And so, long story short, I'll never forget, I was involved in network marketing. I think it was a company called, I can't remember, I think it was called ACN. That's it. That's the name of the company, American Communications Network, promoting services, long-distance services, something like that. And I was building my team, and at the time, I think I just gotten started. I was at $8,000 a month, something like that, 8 or 10,000, something like that. And long story short, a friend of mine came over. One of my team members, somebody that was involved in my team, came over to my house, and at my house, right by the door is where I keep my mail. There's like a little ledge, right, where I keep all my mail. And I must have had mail that was probably at least, I'd say, 2 feet high, literally, no exaggeration, 2 feet high. It was from the IRS, and they just kept sending me mail every single day. And this particular friend, as she was walking out the door, I guess she glanced over and saw that it said IRS, and she said, Romacio, man, what is all this mail? She says, how come you're not opening your mail? I said, look here, that's some stuff from the IRS, and they want something that I don't have. And she said, what? I said, yeah, they want something that I'm doing what I know to do. I'm building my team. I'm trying to get out of this mess. I'm trying to get to the top, and I'm going to get to the top. But right now, I can't take care of that. I don't have it. Now, some of you are probably laughing. Some of you probably could relate to this. Some of you may not. But I want you to focus on my point. Always remember, never tell a story without making a point. Never make a point without telling a story. Okay? All right? So here's the point of the story. I owe the IRS $1 million. I don't have it. You clear? Okay? But I'm doing the best I can, which is I'm working my network marketing business. I'm not giving up. This is what I was supposed to do. I'm building my team. I'm making phone calls. I'm recruiting. I'm selling the vision, selling the dream. I'm doing my thing. And unbeknownst to me, a lady on my team, I didn't know this lady before ACN. lady on my team, on her way out of my house, because we had a home meeting, she's noticing some pink envelopes, or I can't remember what color they were. And she says to me, man, this is from the IRS. And she said, Romacio, you realize if you don't pay them, they'll put you in jail. And I remember I said to them, yeah, but there's a lot of people that haven't paid their taxes. They got a whole long list of people before they get to me. See, my name is Romacio. They got to start in the A's. I'm all the way down in the R's. I remember telling her that. I said, look, they got to start in the A's. I'm all the way down. It'll be a while before they get to me. I said, by that time, I'll have the money. And she looked at me, and she said, are you crazy? What's wrong with you? I said, ma'am, you're not listening to me. She said, but at least you can call and maybe you can negotiate with them. I said, I don't have anything to negotiate with. You're not hearing me, ma'am. I don't have nothing I can put on what they want. And I continued to build my business. She left my house, and I continued to, the mail sat there, and it continued to stack up and stack up and stack up. And, I just continued to do what I could do. I just continued moving and grooving, building my business. And as I continued to build and go up in rank and help other people rank advance and all that stuff, and as I continued to build my business, one day, this very same lady, I wasn't dating her. We didn't have no relationship, no sexual relations, none of that, okay? Just a team member. This same lady, one day, it must have been, I don't know, a month or two, 3 later, came to me and said it was put on her heart that she wanted to help me with my tax situation. And, of course, I'm sitting there going, what do you mean, help me? What are you talking about, help? I don't understand what you mean, help. They need the money. That's what they're talking about. She said, well, yeah. I want to help you fight this. I said, there's no fight, ma'am. This is what they're saying I owe. They don't want to hear. They want to, So she said, no, I want to help you. Long story short, it was put on her heart, and she came to my rescue, and helped and paid all of my taxes back then. And literally, she fought the battle and opened the mail and because I didn't have the money then. I didn't have the money. Hired the lawyers, hired the accountants, went through my books and records, and it was a lot of back and forth. A lot of work was done. And this lady was busy. She had her own business and everything. But she paid for the lawyers, she paid for the accountant, and she fought the battle for me, and da-da-da-da. And she must have paid hundreds of thousands of dollars that she paid out of her own pocket. Are you listening? On my behalf, and I don't even know this lady. I just recently met her in my network marketing company. And lo and behold, as it must have taken like a year and a half or so, something like that. And that huge mountain of $1 million that they said I owed, after all the fighting and going back and forth, and she paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds. Ladies, are you hearing me? Not 100, not 200, several hundreds of thousands she paid. The IRS ended up settling for $3,500. $1 million that they said I owed, they settled for $3,500 years later. And so my point to the story, I did now it's a very scary situation. I'm not telling you not to pay your taxes. In fact, don't ever not pay your taxes. And matter of fact, pay them more than enough so that they don't come bothering you. You don't want that problem. You don't want that problem. You don't want that problem. But the point or the message of the story is I continued to I was in a bad situation, but I did my best. I did what was possible. I kept working. I kept doing, and God made a way for me. I had no idea someone was going to come to my rescue and pay my tax bill. Now, look, you can't make this story up here, guys. So what I'm telling you guys, all I did, I took high activity and I kept selling them. I kept building. I was trying to get, my goal was to get to $100,000 a month back then. That was my goal back then. And I was right around 8,000 to 10,000, and that's what it cost me to live. So I didn't have anything left over, But it's nothing but God. It's nothing but God. But again, faith without works is dead. What's my point? I put a lot of work. Now watch this. What happens if I wouldn't have taken this belief that I'm talking about tonight to you, what happens if I wouldn't have taken high activity towards calling that lady and recruiting that lady into my business, right? What happens if I wouldn't have done that? And she was the conduit that God was using to help me with my tax situation. Now, some of you may be listening to this, and you may be laughing. Be careful who you laugh at, because next thing you know, you slip, and now you're in a situation that you never thought would happen to you either. Let me tell you something. If you're an entrepreneur of any kind, you're going to have some challenges. Maybe it might not be taxes. Maybe it might be something different. Or maybe it could be all of the above. But there's going to be something that you're going to slip into. Something that it's going to happen. I don't know. Something's going to happen. So you don't want to laugh. You want to educate yourself on high activity is the answer. That's my point. That's my point. Now, listen, we're going to take the next 5 minutes, and I'm going to ask you some questions about your life. Are you ready? And then we're going to wrap this call up. I'm giving you the story of my life. Now it's time to put the mirror on you. All right, so here we go. Where are you at in your spirituality? Are you where you want to be? I know I'm not. Do you see the power of how high activity can help increase your confidence in your spirituality? Do you see the power of how high activity could speed up your intimacy with God, could speed up your knowledge, could speed up your faith, could speed up your blessings? Is this making sense to you as it relates to high activity in terms of spiritual matters? All right, let's go to the next area. We're talking to you. Are you seeing the power of how high activity can really be the solution for your financial issues, whatever they are? Maybe you're already successful, but you want to get to the next level of success. Are you noticing how a simple shift in high activity can cure that for you? Are you seeing the relevance of how high activity can increase your confidence? It can shift the momentum and put it in your favor. Are you seeing how high activity can quicken your pace and allow you to gain experience in that particular subject a lot faster? Are you noticing how high activity is the hidden link? It's the hidden link to your financial blessing. Are you noticing that? Let's talk about relationships. Are you seeing the relevance that high activity plays in relationships? Let me give you an example. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're a parent. And again, I'm talking about relationships. So I'm talking about parenting. I'm talking about boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, anything to do with friend, colleague, whatever, relationships, all of the above. Let's give an example, and let's say that you've got a kid you got a kid from a previous marriage or a previous relationship, and let's just say that there's some dysfunction there, and you and that child, you guys are no longer as close as you would like to be, and it really pulls on your heart because that's your seed, that's your child. Yet, never mind his mother or father, that's still your kid, right? And that bothers you, right? And you want to change that. And it's been years and years and years, and that kid hasn't called, and they're blocking you from communication, all that type of games and stuff that go on, right? Are you seeing the power in high activity that can change that? What do I mean? Imagine you say, you know what I'm going to do for the next 30 days? I'm going to call 3 times a day. I'm going to call 3 times a day. I'm going to call so much that I'm demanding a breakthrough. Something's going to change. I'm going to call 3 times a day for the next 30 days in a row, demanding reconciliation. I know my kid doesn't want to talk to me, or the kid doesn't want to talk to you, or whatever. But I'm calling. My frequency is going to be so frequent that they got to hear from me. They know I'm serious. They know I'm serious. Do you see the power in that? Would that change anything by you being persistent? That's high activity. Now, again, I just gave you an example of a child and a parent relationship, but that'll work in anything. Let's say you're a husband or a wife and y'all been on the outs and things hasn't been so things hasn't been so cool as of late for whatever reason. Maybe COVID got y'all too cuddled up. I don't know. But let's say things is going on. And all of a sudden you say, you know what? Romacio's right. I'm going to take a high activity approach. I'm going to be very persistent in my pursuit to rectifying and restoring this relationship. I'm going to be aggressive about it. No. I'm not going to be passive. No. I'm going to be aggressive about it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let them feel something totally different than they've ever felt before. Let them see it's not just words. This is actions. So can you see how high activity can help that? Let's talk about, last but not least, your health. You got sickness. You got sickness and disease or whatever's come on you. Can you see how you constantly saying, I am healed according to your stripes, Jesus. I am healed. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Can you see how high activity in terms of speaking those things that aren't as though they are allows you to quicken the healing process? You speaking that sickness to leave your body instantly. Can you see how high activity, and I'm talking about you speaking it over and 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 not allowing yourself to succumb to what they said, because that's what the doctor said. But there's what we call the great physician, the physician that existed before there ever was a natural doctor, right? So can you see how high activity in speaking, making your declarations, and also putting forth some action, rehab, start walking, running, doing what you can do, easing up on that diet, switch up on that diet. Again, you're doing what's possible. God will do the impossible. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, to all of you that are listening, have you noticed? I've now shown you how this topic, high activity, is the solution to every area of your life. We talked about what it can do for you spiritually. We talked about what it could do for you relationship. We talked about what it could do for you financially. We talked about what it could do for you with health. Every area of life. Every area of life. Every area of life. High activity. Let me give you an example. And this last little thing I'm going to tell you for fun. Now, again, what I'm about to tell you, you're going to have money to do this. So you're going to need to get your money right to be able to do what I'm about to tell you, okay? But I live by high activity on everything. If I'm doing something, let's get it over with. Let's go. That is Romacio Fulcher's M.O. Let's go. If we're going to do it, let's do it. That's me. Okay? So here's an example for you. Let's talk about, and again, I preface this, you're going to have money. We know everybody loves to travel. Of course, right now, not a lot of traveling is going on because of COVID. We understand. But once that comes back and everything is good again, let me just tell you, when I travel, okay, when I travel, let's say wherever it is you going or whatever, one of the things I do, because, again, I hate wasting time, I always love to have a driver. I'm talking about if I'm in another city or another country or whatever, another state, whatever, I like to get me a limousine driver, a little Lincoln Town car, a little four-door Lincoln black town car, you know what I'm talking about, right? Or I'll get a Chevy Suburban, and I'll have a driver. Now, hold on, watch this. I want a driver that knows that city like the back of his hand. No, I don't just want any old driver. I want an experienced driver that knows the city. So when I get in the car and I say I want to have a good time and I want to go experience this, I want the driver to tell me, oh, well, let me tell you, sir. And I tell the driver, this is my class. This is the way I like to ride. This is the way I like to, this is the type of foods I like to eat. This is how I like to be served. This is the type of environments I want to go to. I'm taking a high activity approach. What do you mean high activity? I'm now taking counsel from someone who knows the ins and outs of that city. They know the different level of class in terms of based upon how much money you got. So what that does, I'm showing you how high activity even works on my travels. It allows me to cut out a lot of nonsense. See, I'm not a backpacker. I don't just want to go, and there's nothing against this. I don't want to just go get lost in a city and find my way. Some people love doing that, and more power to them. I know people that love to do that. You know, that's what they love to do. My executive assistant, Meredith, she loves to do that. That's her thing. That is fun for her. She enjoys it. God bless her. That's wonderful. I don't like that. Me? No, I don't want to get no lost in the city. No, I want to get with somebody that knows what's going on and take me there right now. Right now. High activity speeds it up. That's me. I'm showing you how high activity works towards everything. That is my message for all of you. So if you're looking for better health, high activity is the missing link. If you're looking for a closer, intimate relationship, high activity. Better personal relationship or looking to find love or whatever, high activity. Yes, I believe in that. Absolutely. I remember my auntie many, many, many years ago. She said, nephew, listen. This is what she said to me. I'll never forget this. She said, I don't have a problem with men dating as many women as they want, but just date them one at a time. Don't date them all together. Date them one at a time. She said, I understand you men want to find love and women want to find love, but just one at a time. Now, what's the point? My point, even my auntie, this is many, many years ago, talking about high activity. My point, it works. You may not like what I'm telling you, but I'm telling you it works. And on another call, we can get into the science and the details of why this works, which I didn't spend a lot of time today talking about why it works. I'm just telling you it works. And if you do it, you're going to have it. It truly, truly works. So in closing, what I want you to do is I want you to spend 2 minutes after this call hangs up and ask yourself, what did you learn from this particular message? Even if you've heard pieces of this before, what did you learn differently? How can this message be relevant for you right now in this season of life? What were the nuggets that you can take from this message and apply right now? Because I can tell you, God did not make a mistake when he put this message on my heart to teach right now. And he didn't make a mistake when you showed up to listen to it. Ladies and gentlemen, that applies to those of you that are listening live and those of you that listen to the replay. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Always remember in all that you do, there's nobody any greater than you. Take high activity towards all of the desires of your heart that you're looking forward to manifesting. I love you guys. I'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.